How's it going, everybody, and welcome back to some more Zelda A Link to the Past for the GBA, played on the Switch. In today's video, we're going to be going to Kakariko Village, as well as collecting a few new items. We're going to get 2 bottles, a net, and we're going to get 4 pieces of heart, which means we're going to have 5 heart containers by the time this video is done, which is not bad for a Zelda game. And then we're going to get some magic powder, and I think that's everything. And some bombs too, but bombs are just bombs. Like, who cares about those, you know? Anyways, first thing you want to do when you loot the sanctuary is you want to head down to Kakariko Village. And there's quite a few things we can do here. We can get a lot of rupees, we can get some heart pieces, we can get a net, we can get 2 bottles. You can just kind of start wherever you want. I'm going to start with getting the first piece of heart, which we get by dropping down there, opening this chest, get 3 bombs, and then we're going to place one of them right here. Still gotta get used to the button configuration. It's so weird playing this on the Switch. I mean, you think one button would do one thing, and then another button does another, which I just keep getting the buttons confused, so it's gonna take me a little bit. So we can open these chests up, get ourselves 20 rupees per chest. Now, there's a bunch of things we can do with rupees in this game. Maybe not so, like, extremely exciting things we can spend rupees on, but there's actually some upgrades that you need a lot of rupees for, so make sure that you're buying what you need, but at the same time, be conservative with the rupees. You always want to have some, because the upgrades that you'll need will always require rupees. We actually do have to donate a bunch of rupees to upgrade our bombs and arrows, which is strange for a Zelda game that we're offering money to upgrade our items, but it is what it is. We can blow this wall up to get our second piece of heart, and then we're going to open all these chests down here, but I need to look at how they're laid out first, because I have a tendency to fail this, and usually have to rewind it, but we'll see. We'll see if I can do this the old-fashioned way. So, second piece of heart there. And then I believe if you've messed this up, you can never get the other chest, but of course on the Switch you can just rewind, so I think I see what you have to do. I think this is just maybe made to look more complicated than it is, but it's actually not. It's pretty simple. You just gotta push this there, push this there, push this, and then we already have access to 3 chests, so make sure you open up the available chest first, and then we're going to push this one down, push this left, and there we go. And that's what, 80 rupees there? Not bad. So we already have 261 rupees, which we're going to be spending 100 for to get a bottle. I don't know why someone would price a bottle 100 rupees unless it's made out of some luxurious material, which maybe it is. I mean, the bottle never seems to break, and it can hold, like, pretty much anything, so I'm not going to complain about that, but it's maybe a bit overpriced, but we won't focus as much on that anymore. But in terms of what you can all put in your bottle, you can put green magic, which will fill your magic up, red potion, which fills up all your hearts, blue potion, which fills up your hearts and your magic, and I think that one's a bit more expensive though, but we'll probably pick some up in this video just to have some. Because it's always good to have rupees, right? Or to have healing items. It's always good to have rupees as well, but I had a fake little master sword there. It doesn't do anything, but you can throw it at enemies if you want to bully them, I guess. They're not really going to care too much. They're going to be more so angry that you threw it at them. And then the reason we're heading here is for 2 reasons. One of the reasons is this mushroom right there, which it's used to make the magic powder later on, and then the other reason is that there's our 3rd piece of heart here, which, gotta remember where it is. I do know we have to cut some bushes for it, which is what Zelda is, the grass cutting simulator. It's right here. Cut this one. Alright, so I don't think there's anything we can bomb in this area. Does not look like it, so we can just head out through this door. And if you see like a little cave like this one, like with the tree stump doorway up top, if you see something like that anywhere in the overworld, and there's like a peace heart or something that looks like you could reach it, chances are there's a hole somewhere around there, and you gotta look for it, you know? Gotta use your items, gotta use something, gotta find some way to get the item, you know? And I keep pressing the wrong buttons, but it's okay. Put these 2 bushes, and then we'll make our way back. Back to the land of Kakariko Village, which I want to say this is the first time Kakariko appeared in a Zelda game. I don't think it was in Zelda 2. I could be mistaken though, but I want to say it wasn't. I don't think there was any town named Kakariko Town. Because I want to say they're all town-based, like in Zelda 2 everything was a town. But I don't think there's any Kakariko. Getting bullied by this guard. Okay, so a few more items to get yet in the town. We got our second bottle, the bug catching net. Probably gonna fill up on some bombs. And I think I didn't even buy my first bottle. What am I talking about? And I like this line there, hold it above your head, which is what Link does with everything. Oh, it's a magic bottle too, so that explains it. I don't know if you need to always go to the check marks. I do just for completion's sake, just so you can see what they say. So we got this ancient looking lady. I think she's whatever, I don't know how you pronounce his name. I think she's supposed to be his wife, but maybe not. But she tells the tale of the Master Sword, and it's basically what the introduction told us about it. How there was a war for it, and that everyone's like super greedy. Well, the ancient power, at least. Something along those lines. And for some reason, this little Link is the only one that'll have access to the Master Sword. But not yet, because he needs to prove himself. I like this little Mario thing. It always looked like an H to me, and I think that is supposed to... Well, it's not supposed to be an H, but it always looked like an H. It's supposed to be an M for his hat, but it just didn't show up very well. And if you let those ladies down there see you, they're actually going to call the guards. And the guards are still brainwashed, and brainwashed guards do not like Link, so... I'm also just noticing there's no beds in these houses, so where do these people all sleep, you know? They just sleep on the wooden tables, like, gonna get some good night rest by laying on these soft and lovely wooden tables. I don't know. And for some reason this lady has a bajillion chickens in her house, but she has a bed. And a bathroom up there, it looks like. No, this is the first Zelda game where you need to be worried about the Cuckoos, because if you slash them enough, they're gonna go crazy and try and destroy Link and everything he stands for, so be gentle with them. But on the inside of houses, they're no match for you, so feel free to just let out all your energy on them if you wish. Because Link's just that type of person, I guess. You can cut bushes to get bombs as well. I think they'll even have arrows later on once we get those. Otherwise, you always have the opportunity to buy everything if you'd like. We do need one bomb, not for up here, but for down here. And for some reason, your sword doesn't make any noise with this bombable wall. I believe it makes noise with the other bombable walls, but just not this one for some reason. Which maybe was a development flaw, or they missed something, or maybe it's intentional, because it just looks like you should be able to enter this building. Whatever the case may be, this is just a nice little place to stock up on some rupees and some bombs. There might even be arrows in here at some point, which I'm not sure about, but it is what it is. After this initial visit to Kakariko Village, there's not really too much to do here. There's one little thing we can get here a bit later on that allows us to travel around faster. Another reason that I'm playing this game is for a certain fast travel. The original Link to the Past, I want to say there's only 8 fast travel spots? Maybe it was 9. But this game actually incorporates one. It puts one up by Turtle Rock, I believe, is the new one for this game, which I think is because there's a lot of complaints about travel. Like, it took a bit longer to get up there, or maybe it was just for convenience sake. Either way, it's really nice to have that additional travel point. Just for traveling sake, you know. And I had some ice cream earlier, which is why I'm really like talkative lately. I know in some videos I'm a bit quieter, but ice cream is good. It's really tasty. This is where we get ourselves the net. You can catch bees with it. You can catch fairies with it. I think that's all we can catch with it, really. So, just 2 things. So, if there's a fairy floating around, that's how you catch them. The bug catching net. And this is our inn, which has a public, like a literal public toilet that everyone can just see you going in. Unless that's supposed to be a sink, but I've always interpreted it as a toilet, and it makes me feel better if it's a toilet, because at least we know they have somewhere to go to the bathroom. I just don't know how the plumbing would work. If anyone knows what those are actually supposed to be, please let me know, because I've always been curious. You see that guy up there with the hat? We can't do anything about him until we get the Pegasus boots, so just leave him be for now. Stock up on some bombs if you'd like. Personally, I like having more bombs, just having my inventory full, because you never know when you're going to need a certain item. I always like the music here. It's so, like, spooky, but interesting at the same time. So we can talk to this guy, and he's going to mark another spot on the map for us, which I believe is for the Elder. And I always thought he was wearing a blue cap for some reason, but I think that's just his hair. And it's really amazing how well this game looks. Like, I don't understand how they did this, how they made the GBA version look like as good as the SNES version, which, if anyone knows like how that all works, leave a comment down below. Just feel free to inform me, because I don't know, maybe it was just because they cropped it down so much on the GBA, but it had the potential to look this good originally, because it really is just the SNES version. But I don't know how that all works. It's really cool that it looks this good on the Switch. So for some reason that guy locked his brother in here because they're feuding, and like just destroyed public property, which they don't seem to care about, nor that he detonated an explosive in their house. Alright, so even with those mistakes that I made, I was still able to get 15 seconds. One thing I do have to say, the Switch controls feel like they make you move, like, or slide a bit more, whereas the GBA controls I felt like you only moved, like, what you pushed. But this game, it kind of feels like there's a little delay when letting off the button, which maybe it's just how I use the Switch controllers. Maybe a just counter thing, but maybe there's a little bit of a slide that you have, just because the technology is just more modern, I guess. I don't know the reason. One last thing we have to do this video is to go turn in our mushroom to the witch, and she'll give us magic powder. Now, magic powder has a few uses. One of them, later on, is going to be for actually upgrading our magic. You can use them on the stun thingies. Think about buzz blobs or something. And they actually turn into these really nerdy looking guys. And you can do this in previous Zelda games with the magic powder too, and they always turn into these like dudes with glasses for some reason. I don't really understand if that's supposed to be like some sort of joke or something, an inside joke, or I don't know what it is, but either way the buzz blobs turn into nerds with glasses, so I guess magic gives you glasses or something. I don't know how it all works. And there's, I don't know. I mean, the magic powder can turn the anti-fairies into fairies. But aside from that, I don't think there's really any other exciting uses for it. It is nice for the anti-fairies though, because especially in late game dungeons when you lose so much health, it's going to be really nice to have the magic powder to get those extra fairies. And what she means by later is just walking left the screen and then walking back. She's going to tell us the exact same thing, but you can just head inside and get yourself a magic powder if you like right now. So you can drop by the shop. And here we go. Right there. And if you're ever low on health, you can talk to Maple here, and she's going to fill up your hearts using a sample of the red potion, which I guess she maybe does because she has a crush on Link, I don't know. It looks like the exact same Maple from the Oracle games, which maybe it is. Like, that looks like her exact model, so I don't know if that's just the exact same model ripped from the games, or if they made a new one, but it looks like her exactly like the Maple model from the previous games. And that's the little glass. I don't know if those are supposed to be glasses or just really big eyes. To me, they always look like glasses, but maybe they're just supposed to be really weird looking eyes. And now we have everything that we need for the first dungeon, our palace. So we can make our way over to Sahasrahla, whatever his name is. Just over here. And I think those things are the Octoroks of these games, or of A Link to the Past, which they're not normally that fast, so I don't know, maybe those aren't the Octoroks. I'll have to do some research, blah. Can't speak today. I think they are Octoroks, though. They have similar behavior to them. I wonder what determines, like, the reason that you have to, like, what determines why you have to do the things you have to do for the Master Sword? Like, why is it always switch? Why is it some games Link can just grab the Master Sword, and other games he really needs to work for it? Is it just the Hyrulean gods decide that, Link hasn't struggled enough, or that Link's already strong enough as he is in certain games? I don't know. I don't know what the reason always is for changing things around so much. In terms of the Link that has it the easiest, it's probably... I mean, you can get the Master Sword in the Oracle games, but I don't know if that's even supposed to be the actual Master Sword, or what. I guess Skyward Sword Link kind of had it the easiest in terms of just grabbing the sword. I mean, it started out as the Goddess Sword, but he did have to go through all the upgrading and whatnot, so I wonder if that makes it his by default. But if he was still, that original Link was still alive, that he would just be able to grab it right off the bat. I don't know. I don't know how that would all work, but it's a little random thought I had. But we are here at the palace, gonna take care of this guy, and then I think this is where I'm gonna end the video. Next video, we'll be going through the Eastern Palace. I think that's what this is called. Now, without further ado, I want to thank you guys all for watching, and hope you have a good rest of your day. Thank you.